Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Um, Today I had an awesome day. I went to the mountains and I swam in waterfalls, and I just took it easy. It was such a relaxing and a fulfilling day, and it's something that I really needed, as a parent because. I don't know if you guys have any kids, but with kids, and especially as a single parent, right, you have to take care of yourself. In order to take care of your kids to the best of your ability, you have to take care of yourself first and foremost, right? And then, only then, can you be a very good parent, right? So this is what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to listen to myself, and whenever I need a break, I take that break, if I'm able to. So, but anyways, I hope you're also taking care of yourself, and yeah, I hope you're ready for this weekend, right? I hope you're um, and it's not just about the weekend, right? Because every day can be celebrated, really, right? And nowadays, a lot of people have a very flexible schedule. They can work whenever they want to, right? I mean, of course, not everyone, right? But it's funny how, we've been kind of conditioned to believe that we only have 2 days out of the entire week in order to have fun, right? And to let loose, right? And then the rest of the time we have to be like slaving away, basically, right? Hopefully, soon that kind of thinking will dissolve, and we'll finally start. We'll finally. I don't know. We'll finally value our time, and we'll finally live in the moment, and we'll finally look at every single day as a potential weekend, where you can have fun and just let go and relax. So really, once again, right, the idea of a weekend and just and just enjoying those 2 days, and the only 2 days, is funny. It's outdated, I think, and especially nowadays, when you know people can go and a lot of people are working for themselves, right? So they're creating their own schedule, and so that's amazing. That's beautiful. I see that happening for more and more people, so there's Luna. She's a feisty little kitten. Anyway, so today in this video, guys, I'm going to be talking to you about breaking toxic cycles, right? And self-created illusions. Okay, and so, I think a lot of us, we have to become, in order to live a life that is filled with passion and excitement, and a fulfilling life where we're truly living in our purpose. Sometimes we have to examine and re-examine and even notice toxic cycles or toxic patterns that go in a cycle, right? And that we're not even aware of most of the time, right? So these toxic cycles, they can be with anything. They can come from anything, really. It can come from, for example, a relationship, right? A romantic relationship with someone, right? Maybe you keep on attracting that same guy or that same girl, right? It seems like it's a different face, but the way that that person is behaving towards you is like the same, right? So nothing is changing, right? So, and you seem to just keep on going. You seem to keep on getting stuck in that cycle, right? Even though it's really toxic, and it doesn't feel right. It's not doing you any good, and you feel like it's keeping you stuck in life, right? It's keeping you from I don't know, experiencing love, for example, right? It's keeping you from being happy, even. It's dragging you down in every way, right? And so that's what's happening in terms of a lot of things, right? So this is just an example with the relationship, right? Sometimes it's a work cycle, right? Maybe you have gotten comfortable in your job, right? And it's a dead-end job. Maybe it's not, you've reached the you reach the point where you can no longer progress, right? So, but you've gotten really comfortable and very used to that work, right? And you don't really see yourself doing anything else, right? And so you're like, well, this is kind of okay, right? Like, I might as well just stick it out, right? But no, guys, you should really re-examine that, right? You should re-examine that cycle also, right? Whereas you, I don't know, maybe you go to work also and you work a 9 to 5 job, right? You have no energy for anything else after work. You just, I don't know, you reach for the fridge, you eat a whole bunch of junk food, and then you just go to sleep and you do it all over again, right? And then basically you have the weekend to try to get some of that emotional energy back, right? And try to recharge, but instead you're, I don't know, you're going out there and you're getting drunk and wasted, and maybe you're taking drugs, right? In order to feel something, in order to feel alive, in order to restore that emotional energy. Instead of really helping yourself, you're hurting yourself, right? You're harming yourself. And this cycle keeps on repeating, and you know something is not working. You know something has to change, right? It's that your soul is screaming at you, your emotions are screaming, but you're trying to bury those emotions. You're not addressing them, right? And so this is another toxic cycle that a lot of people get stuck in, right? And there can also be another cycle, right, where the cycle is with a toxic parent or toxic parents, right? And so instead of really taking a look at what you've been doing, maybe, right? Maybe you've been, maybe you tried taking different approaches when it comes to certain people, right? Maybe you tried changing yourself a lot, right? Maybe in order for those relationships to work out, right? Maybe you tried everything in your power to have a good relationship, right? And to have a healthy relationship with maybe your parents, right? Maybe your brother, your sister, I don't know, right? And nothing seems to be working, right? So in those situations, right, when you tried everything possible to change, maybe you tried to correct your own behavior, right? Maybe you even tried responding in a different way, right? So as most of you know, right, that sometimes it's not the situation. Basically, the only thing that you can control is your own reaction to certain situations, right? Or certain people. And so you try doing that, right? And so you try to change the situation. You tried to change your response to, perhaps a situation that keeps on repeating itself, right? It's like, whoa, my kitty cat is playing with my dress. Anyway, so and you try to change that situation. You try to change your response, right? And okay, maybe your response has gotten you a better outcome, right? But still, that thorn is in there, right? That thorn is in there. The person that keeps on provoking you, the person that is maybe perhaps a family member, right? Or a brother or a sister, or really a romantic relationship too, right? So maybe that person is not willing to change. They're not willing to look at themselves, right? And they continue to do to cause drama. They continue to cause drama, unnecessarily drama that you don't want in your life, right? So perhaps it is in this situation you have to assess, and you have to finally decide that enough is enough, and that perhaps you're best off not having any contact with them. Perhaps your life would be, and your mental well-being would be much better off if you were to cut out those people or that person out of your life, you know. So there comes a time when you have to remove the thorn, okay? You have to remove them completely in order to move forward in life, right? In order to progress, right? In order to live your best life, in order to finally have this peace, right? That we also deserve. And anyway, so yes, sometimes, you know, no matter what you do, right, you can only change yourself so much, right? You can only change your reaction so many times before you've had enough. You have had enough, right? Even the most peaceful person, right? We're people, right? At the end of the day, we can maintain calm, like in certain situations we can remain calm, composed, right? But it's very hard to do all of the time, right? Especially when someone is constantly provoking you and expecting you to, I don't know, get out of that, you know, that balance, when someone is always trying to take you off balance, right? So once again, I think in those situations in those situations, it's much better to just finally remove yourself completely, you know, and not deal with that person anymore, or with those people anymore, right? Be it family or romantic relationship, right? And once again, what does that mean? Sometimes your illusions have to be broken, okay? Oftentimes, guys, in order to protect ourselves, right, from the truth, right, from hearing the truth, from seeing the truth, in order to protect ourselves from the pain, right, we create these stories, right? Or we're living in what ifs. We're living in the dream world, basically, right? You know, like, for example, a lot of the illusions that I've created around my family, for example, is, oh my goodness, you know, I can still have an awesome relationship with my mom, right? Despite her behaving in very hurtful ways, right? So I created this illusion of my mom still being this loving mom, right? And because that's what I wanted her to be, right? And so because of that, because of those illusions, right, that she couldn't possibly have lived up to, I kept on getting hurt and hurt and hurt all over again, over and over again, right? And so, guys, sometimes those illusions have to be broken, even if it means that you have to face, you know, pain, the pain of, you know, of not having something that perhaps you wanted, you know. Maybe it's a relationship, right? Maybe it's a relationship with someone, right? And once again, sometimes, you know, you want a certain person, right? You want them to love you just like you love them. You want them to appreciate you the way that you appreciate them, right? But they just don't feel the same way, right? They don't look at you the same way. And their actions have proven it, right? Yeah, their actions spoke louder than words, right? But you chose to create illusions anyways, right, around this person. And so, you know, and that, of course, you did this just to protect yourself from not feeling good enough for this person, or to protect yourself from being hurt, right? And that is perfectly okay, guys. It's okay that we're doing this, right? It's understandable. That's the thing about, you know, one second. And that's the thing about illusions, right? Is that sometimes, you know, sometimes you do have to look at the actions of another person, right? And if they're consistently the same, if that person is consistently disrespecting you, right? If they're causing you to feel really bad about yourself, if they're lowering your self-esteem, right? If they're consistently making you feel a certain way, right? A negative way, then perhaps after a while, right? It is time to acknowledge to yourself that this person is not capable of giving me what I want, right? And what I want is love, what I want is happiness, what I want is peace, right? And I'm not going to find this with this person, right? Be it a family member, or be it, you know, a romantic relationship, or even a friend, right? So sometimes you have to be really honest with yourself and do some assessing, right, in your life. And after assessing, right, after acknowledging this to yourself, you can allow yourself to kind of like grieve, right? Grief and you know, the loss of whatever it is that you wanted to have, right? Or be it a good family, right? Be it a good, you know, be it to be with a certain individual, right? Maybe you wanted a romantic relationship with him, right? Or I don't know, be it a friend, right? Maybe it was your best friend or something. So sometimes you have to look at reality, right? You have to look at the person's actions, and you have to listen to your own feelings. How are they making me feel? Are they consistently making me feel really, really terrible, right? Are they not supportive? And what do I actually want, you know? Do I want this? And in most cases, you will say no to yourself, right? And so this is the time where you have to acknowledge that you deserve better. You deserve, you know, the best love that there is, right? You deserve to feel good in a relationship. You deserve a healthy relationship. You deserve for someone to respect your boundaries. You deserve for someone to make you feel good. You know, you deserve for someone to support you. You deserve for someone who doesn't try to diminish your light. You deserve for someone who wants you to shine brightly, right? And so you have to reassess. You have to reassess, because if you don't, if you keep on creating these illusions in order to protect yourself from pain, right, of the reality that you're in, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck, and you're going to be unfulfilled. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be unhappy. And do you really want to live a life like this? You don't, right? So sometimes, guys, you have to let everything go, okay? You have to let everything go. You have to let all the fake go. You have to let go of all the illusions. And instead, you have to start believing that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be with someone who loves you just as much as you love them, right? And that's the thing, you know, that realization right there will set you free, you know. And it is much better to experience that temporarily pain of not having what it is that you thought you wanted, right? In order to get what is truly good for you and what you truly deserve, you know. So yeah, guys, this is it for today. I think try to reassess, try to reevaluate, you know, try to reevaluate your life again, and try to see where those toxic cycles are, right? Be it in relationships, be it at work, be it, you know, with other people, right? Maybe with your community, I don't know, right? But once again, we often have a tendency to just keep on going around and around in these cycles, right? And once again, they are exactly what's making us feel very unfulfilled and unhappy, okay? And so sometimes we need to reassess them, and we need to cut out whatever it isn't working for us, okay? And that will open the doors to better things. That will open the doors to, you know, a new life that's meant to serve us. That will potentially even help us find our true purpose, okay, and help us find ourselves, okay. Sometimes it means letting go of all of the toxicity, you know, and that includes jobs, parents, you know, bad friends, and anything that's holding you back, okay. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Much love to you, okay. Mwah.